Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Welcome to Season 3. Today on Fans with Bands, we're talking to Carbon Decoy. Check it out. All right. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I'm talking to Casey, Earl, and Jared of Carbon Decoy. How you guys doing?
Good, yeah, good, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks for being on. I was so glad I got to see you guys at Fuzz Fest this year. That was very cool. Tons of heavy riffs. Your set was fantastic. I loved that you guys were on the side stage, where everybody kind of just gathers around.
It's kind of Earl's thing. Yeah, he wants to put it like a rider out that says we only play on the floor.
Play on the floor is where it's at,
It was so cool because everybody could be like right there with you guys, You could either stand by Casey while he's beating the shit out of the drums or, watch Earl get crazy or watch Jared get crazy with the bass. So, yeah, it was very cool, man. So,
they might catch my head stuck.
Jared's a shoegazer. He don't move right.
So, I'm curious, how did you guys get together? How did Carbon Decoy come to be?
In this basement?
Yeah, in this basement.
Nice.
It really just started out as like a recording project between me and Jared, and we needed somebody to play guitar on the track.
And didn't I see Earl and Casey? Weren't you guys in another band, Unknown Crow or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, vocals and rhythm, and Earl played lead. Which, I mean, Carbon Decoy is similar to that, only I sweat a little bit more now. Yeah.
So had you guys known each other for a while, or?
Me and Casey have pretty much known each other our whole lives. We went kindergarten.
Oh shit.
We've known each other from kindergarten until now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and then obviously Casey and Earl played in Unknown Crow together, and I kind of had met Earl just from being friends with those guys, and
it was like love at first sight. You know what I'm saying? We smoked a joint and we found the same music that we liked or whatever, and then it was Casey and Jared doing a recording thing, and like they said, they asked me to come over and play guitar on one track, and you know how it goes. You lay down the track or whatever, and then okay, let's fucking jam, and then it starts sounding good, and then you get a call back.
And you're like, all right, I'm in. Excellent. So
we told him no the first time.
We actually told him no many times.
Yeah, we just kept telling him we're just doing some recording. We're just messing around, writing songs.
Yeah.
And finally, it's like, all right, dude, if you really want to be that bad.
I weaseled my way into this one pretty good. And Jared made a Facebook account, and then we were an official band.
Yeah. Earl was even in the band. We were not an official band. We were on social media we had 0 songs.
Yeah,
we were just jamming in my basement, and Casey was like, Carbon Decoy would be a cool band name. And I'm like, that's our band name.
Nice. So is that how it does it mean anything, or just come up with it and said that's cool?
Like a play on words, what is that phrase?
Carbon copy.
Well, the phrase, what is it? Cellar door. It's the perfect amount of syllables. And that's almost like how Unknown Crow came about too. It's just cool groups of words put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what Carbon Decoy means.
It means heavy ass music now.
I guess so.
Yeah, hell yeah. And speaking of the music, I've got my own thoughts about the music you guys make, but what do you guys think of the style that you play? Where do you think it fits in, if it fits into any kind of genres?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
One minute I think we sound like a doom band, and the next minute I'm like, oh, we're just a garage rock band.
Yeah.
I don't.
We're a garage doom.
We're all over the place.
There definitely seems to be some kind of jazzy elements, and maybe it's the way that Earl plays guitar. I'm not sure, but it does feel kind of like this. I don't know. Like you guys are struggling with it as well. It's hard to describe. It's just I don't know.
And it's for me krautrock influence, which holds a lot of jazz undertones and monotonous beats and monotonous riffs that
Yeah.
don't really seem to go anywhere at the moment. But when the band comes together on a downbeat, then we're a unit again and get back into like it's like a trance, dude. Sometimes I'll just be riffing and then I'll hear some ambient shit from Casey and I'm like, oh, he's cueing the band right now. Okay, so then
Cool.
we'll transition. We know how a song starts and ends, and then it just depends how we're feeling. If there's the people are feeling it, you probably get like a 10 or 11 minute The Prowl,
What may have been like a 3-minute tune when you guys are working it up in the basement turns into the 12-minute epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did. Some of our songs definitely did turn into like 10-minute songs.
Awesome.
Stop,
When the drummer tells me to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like about playing the drums is I get to dictate everything, really.
Me and Earl can stop, but it's like Casey's still banging on the drums. We're gonna have to start making some noise.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to continue this. So, Fans with Bands isn't just me asking questions. It's also an opportunity for fans. And I see Alexis is on, and then there's iPhone with parentheses 2.
iPhone 2.
iPhone 2, what up?
iPhone 2, are you there?
Just our girlfriends, probably.
iPhone 2, you think is Alex?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, neither one of is Todd. Oh,
It's Ranger Todd. Sorry.
Oh, what up,
Todd?
Todd?
Hey, how's it going?
so Todd, do you got any questions for these guys?
Oh no, I just want to know how this. I've been following you guys. How'd the studio go? I joined a little late. Didn't know if you already talked about it.
Oh,
Highly anticipating the new stuff.
perfect timing. Yeah, we spent the Friday through Sunday at Tempermill Studios in Ferndale,
Nice.
and we basically got a 8-song, 39-minute album that we're gonna release once we can scrounge up the money to release it. We paid for the recording. Now we got to do the next part. So
Yeah.
if anybody out there that's listening, go buy some merch or something so we can do this.
Yeah, no kidding.
There you
Or,
go.
or book us. Because we're thinking about taking the winter off, but it's looking like the winter is getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, right, well, we got to get money.
So, what was the experience like for you guys at Tempermill? Did you come in there with like 8 songs ready to rock and just laid them down, or was it like, hey, we've got some parts, but we're going to redo things? What was that experience like for you guys?
We had a lot of them that were already like written and ready to go. There was only probably maybe 1 or 2 of them that we had to work on, but actually went a lot better than we expected.
Yeah, for real.
And then there's also, lyrics that need
Casey's
to be
that we get there. Casey's like, I got 0 lyrics.
a lot of the lyrics were written kind of on the spot. One of the songs I wrote it sitting out in the parking lot smoking a cigarette. So
Really?
yeah,
Awesome.
I don't think it went good.
The lyrics are the last part of a Carbon Decoy song. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely. I probably drank I felt like Forrest Gump because within the whole time we were recording in the studio, we maybe ate like 2 things, and I probably drank like 30 cups of coffee. And
Fucking wired.
he was
I
wild.
had my mixes up super loud and like in the cans, so I'd like lay overdubs, and I'd come in the booth and everybody's just sitting there quiet, like pondering, and I'm like, Jared, what the
He's
hell?
yelling, man, like coming at me.
No one saying anything. Like, yeah, it was like,
Everything is like, you gotta chill, man. Like,
yeah.
it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And, we've been in here for 12 hours and it's 10 at night. Like, that was really, really cool and really, really good. Don't shout in my face.
Yeah. For me, it was beautiful, dude. It was awesome. Especially Loretta Lynn, like Jack White.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in good company being with Dave Feeney at Tempermill, and then our
Good friend.
engineer, the wizard Eric Malushnik.
Mush.
Mush, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. Dave Feeney, doesn't he play steel guitar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a Grammy, man. He's
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah.
He said
worked-
he likes Earl's guitar sound.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's
So, yeah, the
fantastic.
studio was cool. It was my first time in a studio like that, so I had a great time. These guys had done it before.
Yeah. Yeah, Earl and I, we went down to Bloomington. We recorded at Russian Recording.
Okay.
And that was a really cool experience. But this time around, this studio had a whole different feel.
Nice.
This time around we tracked all of our instruments together, bass, drums, guitar. And then after we finished all that, then we went back through, did overdubs with guitar, and then did the overdubs with vocals. So it kind of it felt more like a professional studio experience.
Yeah. And so when you guys are the music, when you basically we're all live together.
Yeah, for the basic tracking. Yeah.
Yeah. And were you in one room or separate rooms? Just
all one room. We had the amps isolated though.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And
the drums are fucking loud as hell.
It was nice though. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, great experience.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
And we'll go back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So what's the songwriting process like for you guys? We kind of touched on it a little bit with, we know Casey's in charge as far as how long the song's going to be, but but what is the process like? Do you guys like just get together and jam, or does somebody come in and say, "Hey man, I've got all this stuff," and run it past the rest of you, and then everybody goes, "Yeah, it looks good," or tweak a little things here and there? How's that work?
Kind of a mixture of all of that, really. I mean, sometimes Earl will show up with a guitar riff, or sometimes Jared will have a riff, but a majority of the time it is just us getting together, jamming.
Yeah, the majority of our songs are for sure born out of jams.
Yeah, for sure.
And then this part, we got this riff that we came up with while jamming. All right, let's come up with another riff that sounds cool if we mix them two together, and now we got a song.
And you guys,
that's probably why our songs are 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of, we're a doom jam band with krautrock and garage rock and jazz.
Weird.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I was wondering when you were talking about like the length of some of the tunes and how they evolved, it almost sounds like you guys are into doing like improvisation when you're working on your music. Do you feel that you have to, like, now that you've got a recording, that you got to stay true to that, like going forward, or you just like, this is what we did here in the studio today, and then next summer when you're playing, somebody hears that song, it might be different.
Very much, I think it could easily be different.
Yeah, like
it just depends on like Casey was saying, or I don't know who was saying, maybe it was you that was saying, like, you're feeling it, you just don't stop. Like,
yeah, if I'm on like a stage that's like 6 feet high, and I feel like I'm gonna break my neck, and like my shit's not working,
Right.
3 people there, and one of them's the sound guy, and he's already pissed because Casey asked to use some effects on his vocals, and we're not getting paid now because my pedals are fucking shorting out or something. And I'm probably gonna cut the song short.
Keep them
but
short.
if we're playing to like a nice little crowd at a club that's got cheap paths and everybody's feeling it, then fuck yeah, I think the songs will run like 8-9 minutes long.
Cool.
It really just depends on like Jared touched on, just the crowd, really. I mean, we play a song called Speed that's like 1:30, but we also play a song called The Prowl that like is like one of the jammy ones that could be
last like 8
12-minute
minutes
song,
Nice.
Yeah,
it also depends on how long our slot is too.
Yeah.
Right.
If we know we've only got a 30-minute slot, it's like, all right, we don't really have time to jam, so don't even consider it.
Yeah, and set times too. Like if we have a set time, then I've been in a band where I was like a bystander when it came to set times. Like my singer, like I get to Barry's not watching this, but Barry, I love you to death. when we first started the band, we had like maybe 30 minutes of material, and I'd show up to a gig, and he'd be like, "Listen, buddy, the bass player's not here. That keyboard player we were scouting out's going to play bass tonight, and we got to play 2 hours. Do you know any Bob Seger?" And yeah, so like this band, I really appreciate that. Like if we're slotted for 30 minutes, and
So what you're saying is you really had to work on your night moves. Yeah.
So improv. My improv was pretty freaking good after playing with that band for so long.
But yeah, one of the things that'll probably be more consistent now is definitely going to be the lyrics now that they're all written. Before it was just me making shit up.
Oh, really? So at Fuzz Fest, when you were playing, you were just kind of like free form.
So yeah, for the past pretty much half the summer, a lot of the songs that were just free versed, like just working on different what fits together.
Yeah.
The melody kind of catches on, but then when it comes to actual words, but what I noticed though is like when you go and watch a show at like a bar or something, you can barely even hear what the singer's saying anyway.
Right.
And
yeah.
It gives you a good time to come up with random shit.
Yeah.
Figure out what works and figure out what doesn't.
Right, exactly. So I like to get into the origin stories for you guys, and part of that is about like who or what influenced you to want to play music. Like, was it a particular person or a band, something that...
The person that influenced me to want to play music was Casey, when he showed up at my house with a van full of gear and said, "Hey, we're gonna jam. I'm gonna play the drums and you're gonna play the bass."
Seriously?
Twist his arm.
Yeah, but no. I'll tell you, like he knew, like we knew each other, and he knew I played bass a little bit, so it was kind of like, yeah, let's get together and jam.
Nice.
But as far as like, I don't know, like influences, like what artist made me want to play music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna think about it.
Okay.
I don't know. We didn't have any musicians in my family or anything. We were pretty musical, as in we just liked all types of music. But as far as anybody putting like throwing a guitar at me and being like, "You want to check it out?" Like, I went to my buddy Rusty's house. He's like my uncle, and like they were like in the kitchen, and I look over and there's like this fucking airline guitar on the side, and I'm like, "Dude, that's fucking badass. Let me check it out." And he showed me like some chords or whatever, but he's like, "Dude, you take that home with you and just keep it." And I'm like,
wow.
"Fucking, you can let me have this?" I'm like, "I can have it."
Yeah,
sorry, cool, man. Yeah. And he's like, he's like, "Yeah, dude, take it." And then after that, we would just link up and play music together, and then it just grew from that. He still lives down the road from me, honestly.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
We meet up for the annual Porsche Juby every time I see him.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my Uncle Rusty.
Very cool. Casey, how about you?
Well, I've had a lot of childhood music influence. My uncle, he actually plays drums and he sings at the same time.
Oh.
That's not where I got the whole idea to do that. I think me having to sing and play drums was just out of necessity.
Yeah, but he's the only one that can sing, so sorry, you just happen to play drums also.
Right. But yeah, so my uncle, he's always played drums and sang in various different bands. My other uncle, he was a guitarist and songwriter, and he passed away at a young age, but he had a lot of cassette tapes and stuff that he recorded, and my dad always kept those around. So when we were kids, we'd listen to that stuff, and it kind of made it a little bit more personal, knowing that like, oh, that was, somebody just sitting in their kitchen recording that.
Yeah.
It's like hearing a DIY, little punk band, you listen to something like that and you think, oh, well, I can do that easily.
Yeah.
So my brother and I, we'd always been pretty much playing guitar side by side for years, listening to the classics, Led Zeppelin and the Doors, bouncing off the walls, going nuts, cranking the stereo up. Our dad was pretty open to letting us play music as loud as we want. So when we got electric guitars, he was all for it.
That's cool.
Crank it up.
Excellent.
And then that just turned into having jam sessions and trying to figure out how to play music. You know, being a 12, 13-year-old kid, everybody sucks. But
Yeah.
back that you got the opportunity to make noise.
Yeah. And you got to start somewhere. So,
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Awesome. So, Jared, did you think of
Oh man,
your musical influence
yeah.
besides
I mean,
Casey?
Besides Casey, I mean, kind of the same as these guys. It's just like my friends that I grew up playing, or we didn't really have any. We're all from pretty small towns, and there's not a lot else to do. And actually, my best friend's mom is on this chat right now.
Oh, cool.
Let us be loud as hell in the basement, do whatever we wanted, and so me and him and our other buddy would get together and just be loud. And so it kind of just has always been something that was just something to do, something for me and my friends to do.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we've got a few more people that have joined. So you mentioned there's Sween Mom and there's Maya. Hello, everybody. And there's also somebody with the number 517-917-4973. And I muted you because there was some background there. But does anybody on here have any questions for these guys? And no, that is it. That's a hard no, which is fine. I want to throw it out there.
They're actually plants. We told you. Just log in.
Yeah.
You can just set your phone off in the other room, but
right. Yeah, we've got some fans here. Damn it, I'm telling you. So, kind of along that lines of like we were talking about people that influenced you, and Casey, you started to get mentioned a little bit, but I was wondering what was the first album, cassette, CD that you bought?
The first one that I bought?
Yeah.
Well, with my own money, we went to Walmart and I bought the Pink Floyd, The Wall Live, the double CD.
Nice.
My fucking mind. Then I had to go back the next week, and because we'd always just go and pick out random shit, but Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love, that was probably one of the top, that album art. Because I love art just as much as I love music. So anytime that art and music, that whole psychedelic stuff collides, that's Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love is probably like one of the biggest influences.
Nice.
And it wasn't even the fact that I was like, oh, I want to play guitar just as great as Jimi Hendrix, because that's nearly impossible. But it was the aspect that he used sounds like a paintbrush,
Yeah.
Back and the crazy noises and just the expressionism.
Yeah.
I thought greatest part about music right there.
Awesome.
There ain't no rules.
Yeah.
Just make a shitload of noise.
Hell yeah. Earl, how about you?
What format are we talking? Are we talking records? Are we talking about CDs?
At the very first one. So since you're a young child, that was probably like CDs.
Oh,
so yeah, I can't remember because
it was a download.
Yeah, download. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It was probably like
Pirate Bay download.
It was probably like Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice, or something like that. Was my first pirated song.
Nice.
I remember I went to this yard sale outside of Homer, Michigan, and I bought a handful of records, but two of them that I still have, and I was like, dude, fucking 11. So I didn't even have a
record player.
Yeah, so I took these records to my grandma's house, and the two that I have, I remember the first playthrough vividly because I thought the first one sucked. It was the Rolling Stones' "High Tides and Green Grass," and like the first song on the record is like "As Tears Go By." It's like, and everybody that I talked to, I only hung out with old people, dude. You know, they're like, you gotta listen to the Rolling Stones, man.
Right.
So I was like, shh. I sit and watch the tears go by. I was like, fucking turn that off. So the next record that I put on, like Casey said, there was artwork that drew me to it. I didn't have any words on it, and it turned out being Zeppelin 4.
Oh, cool.
So I turned that on, and it was like wow, wow. I was like, oh yeah, this is way better. So that one. So I would say High Tides and Green Grass, which I
It's a
end up
good
liking
record.
that. Yeah, I end up liking that record, like
It's not
maturing
bad.
on it, and
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
it's a yeah. Like I said, I was like 11 or 12, but I instantly knew Zeppelin was fucking awesome.
Nice. Jared, how about you?
I think the first CD I ever bought was Foreigner's Greatest Hits.
Nice. That's actually, Foreigner's got well, some of their hits I can't stand. The later years, like I've been waiting.
Yeah,
Fuck that. But
you know, you
Just
just
cocktail music.
yeah, you can't beat the ripping saxophone on Urgent.
yes. Oh yes.
But more for like, actually, a lot. My whole musical journey has basically been influenced by Casey. Like the first real music I would ever get to hear
I'm flattered.
would be I'm at Casey's house. What White Stripes album was it? White Blood Cells.
Either that one or I think which one had Ball and a Biscuit on it?
Elephant. Yeah, and I think it was Elephant actually. But Casey's like, dude, you got to check out the White Stripes. And I'd been to his house and we'd listened to Led Zeppelin and we watched the film, Last Days, because obviously Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. And so yeah, basically the only time I finally started listening to good music was when I started hanging out with Casey.
Running around all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom had one of those catalogs. What was that catalog called? Where you could like mail order CDs. You pay like
Oh right. Yeah. Columbia House.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh yeah, we got everything.
Yeah.
Scan through it. I'm like, oh, that one looks cool.
Yep. Oh
so, like,
yeah.
Entire discography of like Nirvana or entire discography of Led Zeppelin. So
I think that's how everybody jump started their collections, no matter, either whether it was records or cassettes or CDs. They got into that club and then, ordered a bunch of shit and never paid for it, and then.
Yeah, just constantly boosting records.
That's probably what my mom did now that I think about it.
Yeah, because it says like 13 for a penny and then they loop you in where they start sending you shit and it's like, $25.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sleep on Foreigner's Greatest Hits.
So it looks like Sween Mom had a question for you guys. Who's your favorite guitarist? And I'm gonna guess.
Who's she? I'm
gonna throw it across to all three of you.
Earl, since you're a guitar player, you can start us off on this.
Dude, I can't put on the spot like this.
Well, my favorite guitar player is just because his guitar sounds like a pissed off cat in an alleyway on like every song.
So like yours?
Exactly. So my mom was super into the Doors, so I was always listening to the Doors. And Robbie Krieger has for me one of the most distinctive guitar tones. I mean, especially on when the music's over, the opening crescendo note. That's just fucking. I want my fuzz tone to sound like that. To me, Robbie Krieger is not the best guitar player, but he's definitely my favorite guitar player if I had to pick one.
Awesome. Cool. So we can bounce around. You can either do guitar player or you can do your instrument. So drum or bass. So who wants to go next?
Oh, if there's going to be any kind of drummer that's the all-time favorite drummer, it's definitely fucking John Bonham.
Oh,
yeah. Dave Grohl's not watching this.
Earl don't like Dave Grohl.
Earl's got some sort of issue with Dave Grohl.
Fucking good though, but you can't get to Dave Grohl unless you have John Bonham.
Yeah.
Yeah, my drum set. A lot of the sizes of my drums that I have, I'm like, well, if it worked for Bonham, then it's got to be.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna fucking work. So I got a 6-inch marching band bass drum.
Nice.
A 14-inch trash drum that I fucking salvaged, and steel snare drum, the Peisty cymbals.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Bonham. I mean,
Bonham.
Shit.
Yeah. Jared, how about you?
I don't know. Gabriel's not my favorite bass player. No, my favorite bass player is probably probably Geezer Butler,
Nice.
maybe Lemmy. Both. I mean, really hard to choose between both of those
They're
guys.
both like in your face, like bass players.
Yeah. And both are iconic in different styles too, right? Yeah. Because Lemmy's just more straightforward, like
he's
fist
like
to the face.
Right.
he played bass like he was playing guitar in a punk rock band.
Yeah, for sure. Because like Overkill, that song, it's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, because he like cranked his Marshall stacks. They were like, they're fucking guitar amps, They
Yeah.
cranked them up like it was like he was playing through like an electric guitar.
Yeah. But then I love Geezer, because that to me, I mean, as much as I love the riffs of Tony Iommi, I think if you didn't have Geezer Butler in that band, Black Sabbath wouldn't have been as good, I don't think.
No, it would have been
Well, yeah, because he's the one that wrote the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Maya has a question, and that is, what is your favorite song to play and why?
Oh, mine's definitely Snake Eyes because it makes me literally want to baseball bat swing my bass through Casey's kick drum.
Don't do that; they're expensive.
But yeah, we got a song called Snake Eyes. It'll be on the album when it releases, and it's one of our kind of like slower, lighter songs, you think, and then it just kind of breaks down and gets nasty, and I love it.
Excellent. Earl, how about you?
If I had to pick a song I like to play live, probably The Prowl, because it's the last song we play a lot. And by the last song, I'm pretty tired, but this song gets me hype again, and it makes me want to dance, I guess.
Nice.
And that's it. And it's super jammy. It's one it's one of those songs that
Could be 5 minutes, could be 12.
it's a hat's toss, but you can always bet your ass that Casey's gonna extend the jam at the end.
Yeah.
The song ends, and then Casey will play it from another.
The song doesn't even end anymore. Like I just know I'm like, no,
We might just play a show where we just do that one song. If we have a 20-minute set, we could probably get away with that. Be cool.
That'll be awesome. It would be like watching Earthless.
Yeah.
I think Velvet Underground did that one time too. They just played one song and it was like 2 chords. Oh God. You have to be really fucked up to be able to watch that though. No, as far as like the whole extended jams, I think my favorite song that we still play is Atomic Number 6, and that was pretty much one of the first songs that we wrote.
Nice.
Melancholy.
Oh, that one.
I like.
But no, Atomic Number 6. That's because that's the first song that we had Earl record guitar on when we were doing the demos. But that song really took shape and formed into something completely different, really. I mean, same structure, but man, once we started playing it out, it kind of took on a whole new form.
Nice.
Cool.
Excellent.
And it's fast as shit.
Yeah, it's a best song.
Yeah.
So if you guys could go anywhere in the world to play a show, where would you like to go play, and who would you like to be, like on the bill with?
Oh man,
I have
don't
no
know.
fucking clue. I like playing in Detroit, really.
yeah. I think there's a better place to play.
Yeah.
We have a great time every time we go down there.
I can't say if I've never been anywhere else, really. Well, I have, but not anywhere else in the world. But Detroit definitely has some of the best, like, as far as music scenes and like the fans and the like, everybody's just really open.
Yeah.
It's welcoming, dude. Like,
it's a great place for music.
Detroit's one of those places that if you start, like, you'll be outside smoking or something, right? And then you'll hear the music playing. Obviously, my instinct is to go in too, but it's a lot of places people will just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna, continue to smoke cigarettes out here, or whatever." In Detroit, when a band starts playing, the cigarettes are out and everybody heads in.
Everybody's at the stage.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Everybody's fucking there for the music. It's awesome.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, we definitely got open arms in Detroit.
Yeah, special
Especially-
shout out to some
Frank,
Woodman,
Frank Woodman,
Finn,
Finn Formica, Nikki from Flamingo Van.
Yeah.
Ranger Todd.
Ranger
Ranger
Todd,
Todd, love
He was
you,
there
dude.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Yeah.
So if you were playing in Detroit, who would you like to be on the bill with? And it could be anybody. This could be like, doesn't have to be a local band. It could be like,
Anyone?
We're playing one of the biggest shows in Detroit this year, so
In a week and a half.
that's right. That's
If I had to
awesome.
go to the Detroit show, we would be the openers. We would open up for Timmy's Organism,
yeah.
and then Timmy's Organism would open up for the Gories, or
Oh,
like,
awesome.
or the Gories are interchangeable with like the Dirt Bombs or something, you know.
I think I would do the same, but my headlining band would probably be Negative Approach.
Oh, cool.
to
Awesome.
see the Dead Weather again. I
That
wish
would be
I
cool,
wish they
yeah.
would get back together and make another record, because I think
That's my favorite
that
genre.
lineup is the shit.
Yeah, Dead Weather's the shit.
Yeah.
Quaid on drums, Alison Mosshart on vocals, basically the raconteurs, Alison Mosshart. But yeah, I think that's some of the best shit that whole outfit did.
Nice.
It'd be cool to play shows with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think we'd fit in with them actually quite well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you would too. I think that would work out really well. It would be a good draw.
I'd have to get a 28-inch kick drum in Jack's face and be like, look at mine's bigger than yours.
Oh, man.
Massive kick drum in that band as well.
So speaking of concerts, what was the very first concert you guys went to?
My very first concert I went to.
Kenny Chesney.
You went to Kenny Chesney?
Yep.
Really?
Your grandma took you, didn't she?
My grandma took me. We saw Kenny Chesney and Bricks and Dunn.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know
Beneath
what?
the neon moon, wasn't it?
Not as
Beneath the
you know what,
neon
Chuck?
moon.
Honestly, not a single fucking regret. I had a hell of a time. I probably
Yeah.
snuck like a couple sips of beer here and there. You know what I'm saying? I believe I found a disposable camera there. It was on the ground, so I was acting all sketchy about it and like hit it. And then my grandma found it and was like, "Where'd you get this?" And then come to find out there wasn't even any film in it. They had like pried the back open.
Oh.
And they
man.
put it in their better camera.
Yeah, but yeah, Kenny Chesney.
Nice. Awesome.
I don't even recall my
I don't
first
recall
show
that
I've ever been to, because I honestly think that I probably like started playing shows and like being a part of shows than before I actually even went to one. That's not something. It's like, to go to a show, you had to have reliable transportation,
Yeah.
and that's something I never had as a kid. Well, I had somewhat reliable transportation, but not reliable enough to go to a bigger city to watch a show.
Right. Right.
I just remember sitting there and watching these guys and thinking, okay, so like every concert venue is gonna be just people sitting down in chairs and drinking like extremely small, expensive beers. Like, okay.
So let's switch it over then to what was the best concert you've seen?
The OCs at El Club.
by far, hands down,
I wasn't at that show.
That was a fucking badass show.
dude. I cannot stress how cool it was to be that close to God with like 2 Polaroids strapped around your neck. But
Yeah. If you go to his Instagram page, you'll probably find some of the pictures of the OCs at that show.
Awesome.
Anthony over.
Anthony Goldberg, yep,
Yep, he was there.
that
Nice.
was the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was insane.
John Dwyer smoked a cigarette in El Club.
The ceiling was fucking sweating. There's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking people in there.
when was that?
It was last year, wasn't it?
Last year?
September 19th, yep, last year.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
I think my
Yeah.
favorite show that I've seen is I saw Pixies a couple of years ago. I don't remember in Grand Rapids at 20 Monroe Live.
Nice.
That was a really, really cool show.
The Pixies kick ass. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So speaking of Polaroids, I know I've seen the Polaroid pictures on your on the website. So how did that all come about? Is that Earl?
That's
Or is
Earl
it-
and Casey
Mix,
mainly.
yeah,
Yeah,
me and
a lot of
Casey.
yeah.
Jared,
Well, that's how Earl weaseled himself into the band. His first
Yeah,
As
showing
the
up,
photographer?
having pictures of us. It's like, all right, man,
That's-
cool, thanks.
that's always an in. Is like you have like to me, it was Polaroids were cool.
Yeah.
Taking pictures were cool, and I always thought it was because my grandma took pictures, and she'd always had like a giant tub of like pictures of like random shit, like a dog in the yard, or like my grandpa eating a sandwich or some shit. And I think that isn't it. Yeah, I mean, if something gets rarer, the more rare it becomes an art. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, you can't. I mean, I'm sure you can somewhere, but I can't just go into my house and grab a big tub of super old pictures. But
Yep.
you know, I'm gonna make sure that my son can. You know, like
Yeah.
grab a tub of super old pictures and see like him grow up. You know, in pictures and do whatever.
How many Polaroid pictures, exposed Polaroid pictures do you have?
Easily over 1,000. Easily.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
he's
super cool.
Single-handedly funding Polaroid.
Yeah.
So,
Send this guy some free film Polaroid.
No shit, man. I
Jeez.
mean, seriously, that is super cool because like you said, Earl, that doesn't happen anymore. Nobody has like a bunch of exposed film photos like
yeah.
I grew up with, and clearly you had from your grandma, but that you can go through. It's all digital. It's on somebody's phone. Somebody's gonna find it on their fucking phone. Even me, you know, I'm completely digital. I got some shit printed. You know, there's a couple of pictures behind me, but most of it's all on my computer. That goes away. It's gone. But you've got a tub of photos.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd like to get into actually working like processing in a darkroom because I've developed my own film and I've done all that and I've scanned it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all the pictures and develop it and scan it. But I'd actually like to process it, like enlarge the photographs. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I did it like when I was in 7th grade. We had like a photography class.
I
and-
tried to
awesome.
get my art teacher to fucking let me do it, but he said, no, it's too expensive. We can't afford it. We had a whole dark room and everything, all the chemicals, literally everything. They did it for like 3 years or 4 years or something. And then everything went digital, but they had a whole dark room filled with stuff. I
Oh
tried to
man,
get him to let me do it and he wasn't having it.
I know
Everything-
that there are some photographers still out there. I mean, film's still around. It's
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to,
Well,
hard
there's
to
a
get,
whole
but
app. There's a brand new app now where it's all dedicated to all film photography.
yeah,
Cool.
it's very cool. Very cool. There's a question from Alexis that says, Allie asks, why are you guys so cool and why do you make cool music?
Allie, you know, if I was half as cool as you, we'd already be playing internationally.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
Yeah.
Allie is just
How'd you get so cool?
the coolest.
She sounds like the #1 fan for Carbon Decoy.
She is
She
a number
probably
one
is.
fan, and she's like, she loans me all of her gear.
Yeah. He writes the riffs, actually, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't admitted it yet, but
So like, yeah, we have a deal that like I can use her gear as long as I keep fresh strings on it and shit. So
Oh man, that's awesome.
Allie's stone cold too, man. Like, she's just
yeah,
this.
she's serious
She's
about it.
tough, yeah, and she's just this tough little kid. It's like she just walked up to me one time, looked me dead in the face, said, "My bubby could knock you out cold." She's no chill,
hard-boiled.
man. Like,
She's
she'll just let you
hard-boiled.
know how it is.
Like, she'll,
Oh, that's awesome.
we were in the laundromat one time, and I'm going to tell you this story real quick, but it's funny as hell. Homer has this little rundown laundromat, like 2 washers, 2 dryers, and there's like a wall of 14 of them. Anyways, long story short, me, Allie, and my nephew Remington and his mom, we were all in the laundromat. We're the only people in the laundromat. This guy walks in. He's got a fucking eye patch on. He walks all the way. He's like scoping out what's being used, right? Well, Allie, no filter, so it goes, Allie, I know you're watching this, and you know this is true. And I love you for it. It's really fun. But it's not. So, hey, man, what's wrong with your eye? Something like that. And Remy, dude, without any hesitation, goes like, yeah, are you a pirate? And like, dude, the guy walked out like,
Damn
Just
kids.
like ruined his whole fucking.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn kid.
Oh,
It
oh
was the
man.
cutest thing ever, though. But at the same time, I did have to have a talk with like,
That's awesome. Oh man. That is
Allie's
awesome.
the coolest. She's way cooler than us.
yeah.
Oh, crazy. So, what do you guys get? Well, I guess you don't really, but I'm going to ask anyway. General target date for when you think the album will be out for us all to enjoy?
Probably realistically, late spring, early summer.
Okay, cool.
Depending on how long it takes for the record pressing plants.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna do a vinyl release.
Oh, you are
one
really
way or another, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So it's a
awesome.
matter of
Well, I'll
get
definitely
what
be I'll definitely be looking for that. That'll be fantastic.
I know there was a huge like setback, like time, like the whole time of actually from the point you sent it in to the point where you got it. It was like 6 months or 8 months at one point because
Yeah.
the demand of it was so high, and it because everything shut down because of COVID.
Yep.
It took almost
I-
a whole year to get a record.
Yeah, I think it has gotten better because I know that I've ordered some new releases and ordered the vinyl, and it wasn't like 8 months out, but it's still quite a. I think it was Marcus King. I just got his album,
nice.
and that was not that, not a huge setback, but he's also Marcus King, so maybe he gets some kind of
Yeah,
frontal
yeah. Well,
line.
that's part of the problem is that there are some people that can get an
Universal,
assload of vinyl,
Yeah.
leaving no vinyl for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, those
So-
big record companies, they'll just buy up like a whole. They're like, we want to buy a whole year's worth of your time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And there's like no indie bands or no independent record labels can even get in on them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it won't be that long, but I'll be
Yeah.
looking forward to that in the
Oh, yeah.
spring or
So-
summer. That'd be great.
I'd say that if you want to enjoy the album, just come to a show because we're gonna play what we play on the album at the show.
Yep.
And then
Excellent.
And it's gonna be way better than what's on. I mean,
I
the
don't
album
know.
Mark's
is
selling the album here.
the album is
It's gonna be way better if you just come one. Let's see.
Everybody's biased, but there's nothing like the vibe of a show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, for sure.
so just come see us play because we're broke and we need money.
Buy a shirt.
Buy a
Yeah,
shirt,
buy our shirts.
hang out, and enjoy the music.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. We want to see you, man.
Give
You know
us
what
a
I'm saying?
cigarette because we can't afford to pay for them
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll give them to you guys.
Give Jared
Smoke a joint
cigarettes
with
to
him.
give to me.
Yeah, I'll give a roll all my cigarettes.
Honestly, but yeah,
Awesome.
come to the show, I guess. But
Well, guys, thanks so much for being on Fans with Bands. I've just got one last question for you guys. It's the controversial question. You probably know it already, and that is pineapple or no pineapple on pizza?
Oh, I eat fucking pineapple on pizza all the time because I have to. You learn to like
Yeah.
it. You
You
do.
have to. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well, that's the only thing my girlfriend likes to order.
that's the exact opposite. Like,
Pineapple and bacon.
All right.
So you
Pineapple and
you
bacon
learn
is
to like
solid.
it.
And throw jalapeno on it,
I
and
literally
that's a
Yeah.
gourmet dish.
Oh, you put jalapenos on anything.
Bacon, jalapeno, pineapple, rock solid. I'm a 100% believer in pineapple. on
Yeah, I'll
pizza.
eat pineapple on pizza.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Earl?
pineapple's got to be on. Like that's like my number one topping. I will die on that hill that pineapple goes on pizza.
Nice. Nice. Well, I've heard that,
Yeah.
the combo of the pineapple and jalapeno many times, and I've yet to have it. So it sounds like I got to try it.
Sweet
Oh
heat,
yeah,
man.
it's good. It's really good.
Let me just, I just want to clarify something though. So here's the thing with pineapple that goes on pizza. The pineapple has to be dry before they fucking put it on a pizza. If that shit
Yes.
isn't dry, then it ruins it. And I think that's where people.
Yeah.
I do
dislike
agree
it.
with that.
You know,
Oh.
I mean, and then it
Yeah.
cooks onto the pizza. It is gross.
you got to make it with fresh, dry pineapple.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Pro tip from Casey on pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot, and hope to see you soon at a show.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks for having us on your little.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for being on, man.
Our next confirmed gig is February.
No, it's not.
Our next
Our
confirmed
next gig is October 22nd at the Masonic Temple in Detroit.
Next year.
Theater Bazaar.
Okay, Theater Bazaar. The next show that you can buy tickets to is what, the Pyramid Scheme
We'll
show?
we've only got one booked for next year so far, but it's at the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids. Check it out. A lot of other cool bands playing.
Fantastic.
Our friends Ficus invited us up, so we're stoked to go to Grand Rapids and jam with them.
Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Have a great night, man.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks to Casey, Earl, Jared, Todd, and Alexis for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. I love the chaotic garage rock of Carbon Decoy. It was most awesome to get a chance to learn about how the band got together and their plans for more music and shows in the future. Dig into Carbon Decoy's latest release, Carbon Decoy Live, at Dogtown Studios, which you can stream on Spotify or download a copy from Bandcamp. See the show notes for all the details and links. These are tough times for everyone in the creative industries such as music. Your support of live streaming, purchasing music, and merchandise is critical. If you can help out your local artists, please do. If you are in the Michigan area, consider following the Playing in the Detroit Area Tonight Facebook page. It is a place for fans and bands to support each other and share our combined love of music. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. Spread the word by rating the show and leaving a comment. We want to hear what you think. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.